When we consider the financial markets, there are, of course, different financial instruments that people can purchase. They might purchase stocks and they might purchase bonds. One of the reasons why they purchase bonds, in particular US government bonds, is because they tend to be safer. When things are uncertain, money often moves from the stock market into the bond market because the US government always pays interest on the bonds. They always repay the bonds when they come due. When economies, or when the US economy in particular goes into a recession, we see that more people buy government bonds. And when they do that, that causes the interest rates that need to be paid to fall. And we see that very clearly in the data here. So here's our post 9/11 recession, and we see the interest rate drop from about 5.5% to 4.5%. That means that governments can borrow money more cheaply because they have a larger supply to draw from. And then we see in the Great Recession, we see that interest rates drop. They were in the 4.5% range, and then by the end, near the end of the recession, they're getting close down to 2, and then by the end of the recession, they're up a little bit over 3. And we see some decline over the course of time here. Part of that reason is because people are looking for safety. They're still concerned about safety. But we also see some increases as well. So we kind of have some ups and downs. And then once the trade war begins, we see a drop once again. People are concerned about the international financial system. So interest rates fall. People are buying US government bonds. And the question that we want to look at here is, what does the interest rate look like after COVID-19 hits? Because people are panicking all over the place. So let's take a look at the data. Here we have a longer term view of things. Let's just trim this down a little bit. And now we have from early 2016, and we see rates around 2.5% here as we go into 2017. And they go up a little bit over 3 in 2018, and then they start to come down again. Trade war speculation, people kind of freaking out. And then here comes COVID. Whoa, look at that drop. They go from 1.83, which was already pretty low. They drop almost another full percentage point when we get down here into early March, actually more than a full percentage point. When we get down to 0.5% interest on a federal treasury bond, that's basically borrowing at no cost for the government. And that rate has stayed pretty low, constantly under 1% since COVID-19. Now that's great for governments if they need to borrow money, and governments are borrowing lots and lots and lots and lots of money right now because they can borrow at such low interest rates. But if you're looking to make a good return on your savings, right now, treasury bonds are maybe very safe, but you're not going to make much money in terms of interest on a treasury bond.